Two of the greatest female strikers in combat sports history will finally meet as Holly Holm faces Germaine de Randamie for the right to be crowned the first UFC Women's Featherweight Champion.
Ladies, we gone over the rules in the back. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. If you wish to touch gloves, do so now. Step back.
Here we go, UFC history tonight. Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York. Germaine de Randamie and Holly Holm. Only one woman leaves as the first UFC featherweight champion in UFC history.
You ready? Hey.
And with that touch of the gloves, we are underway. Germaine de Randamie, orthodox fighter in blue. The southpaw Holly Holm is in white.
You see the difference in their stances already. Holly on her toes, Germaine flat-footed, Muay Thai kind of walking her down. You know, that's a difference in the styles. Interesting to see how it plays out as this fight progresses.
Yeah, Holly has a much more American kickboxing style, and right away, Germaine with a right kick to the body. I'm really curious to see whether or not Holly employs any grappling, because that has been the issue with Germaine.
Yes.
And I'm really curious as to what kind of training Germaine has done in preparation for Holly and whether or not she has anticipated that possibility.
You know, when Holly Holm is at her best, you know, we talked about this in the back, you know, it's mostly whenever she's countering, you know, and Germaine is going to oblige her by going forward and trying to attack her.
But she's not going to do so recklessly. She's not going to just run at her and provide big openings.
Yeah.
She's going to take her time and use her massive experience, because this, as long as Holly doesn't try to take this fight to the ground, this is essentially a kickboxing fight.
Yes.
Right.
And there's not a whole lot of women that have ever walked the face of the planet that can kickbox with Germaine de Randamie.
Holm lands the leg kick there to the lead leg of Germaine de Randamie. You do wonder if Holly would consider shooting at any point in time. She has worked for Izzy Martinez for years. Jiu-jitsu coach Rafael de Freitas certainly would have an advantage there if the fight does go to the canvas.
Well, look at the stance of Germaine. Nice and straight up. No worry whatsoever about the takedown so far. She's fighting Muay Thai right now.
Yes.
And if you let Germaine de Randamie fight Muay Thai, you're letting her fight her style.
You're engaging.
Oh,
nice
beautiful
right
shot.
hand, yep.
She caught her clean.
You're engaging her where she's best if you allow her to fight a Muay Thai type of fight.
And she's also aware that Holly had a big problem with Valentina Shevchenko, who fights in a very similar way, although from the southpaw stance.
Yes.
Prevailing wisdom was that Germaine de Randamie would have the decided power advantage tonight.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. But that doesn't mean that Holly doesn't have nasty power, especially with her kicks. She tagged her with the right hand again.
When she goes, Germaine really explodes into her punches.
Well, her positioning and her distance control is amazing. And when she's not worrying about being taken down, you get to see how good she really is.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that have severely underestimated how good de Randamie is because people have taken her down and wrestled her before. And she's just not that good at that. And DC, you could speak to that.
Yeah, Holly's doing a great job of actually throwing that left hand and then following with the right leg kick. She's landed it 3-4 times. But yeah, Germaine is actually able to be close enough. There you go with the counter left hook right there by de Randamie. And as the fight progresses, if she starts to get right hand, left hook by de Randamie, yes.
She tagged her twice there, right hand and the left hook.
Yes, and as the fight goes on, if Holly allows her to keep getting comfortable, kicks will start to follow those combinations.
And an effortless control of distance by de Randamie. She's catching her with that leg kick, but she's slapping her with the foot.
Well, immediately following the main event, don't miss a recap of all tonight's action on the FS1 UFC 208 post-fight show.
Oh!
Coming up on FS1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. For those watching in Canada, TSN.
Beautiful counter right hand by de Randamie. Just, again, beautiful control of the distance. You see that control? How she just slides back and throws that piston right hand.
Holly
reach.
Yeah, Holly has that habit of actually blitzing with like 3-4 punches, and I think they've trained for it. They've trained for that combination, that right hand, straight left hand, and then the kick that follows. So de Randamie's actually countering when Holly goes forward.
de Randamie continuing to move forward, close the distance, under a minute now to go round one.
Holly is landing strikes though. I mean, she is not.
Oh, there it is.
There goes your takedown.
Oh, look at this. de Randamie goes for the chop.
de Randamie came in with a takedown defense north of 80%. Granted, small sample size, but so far so good.
Holly attacks that single leg. Germaine's doing a good job. Great balance to actually stay upright right now.
Well, now at least she understands that the threat of the takedown is a real possibility.
Now the issue is, Joe, is that Holly isn't a wrestler. How does her body respond to all the wrestling positions that she's not used to?
Right. And whether or not this affects her ability to fight off the strikes. Here's a nice knee to the body there by de Randamie. Very interesting first round.
Close round, very close first round.
Big breath for me. Here's some water. I want you to take it anytime you want.
We got 2 clinches per round, 2 clinches to 3 clinches per round, and occasionally in the round.
And Money steps
She has sat to the
Money.
bench.
We go pocket outside. She wants to counter, and she's looking for the big leg kick. That's it. She's looking for a straight right and a leg kick. Straight right and a leg kick. That's it. All right? So we can't be there. So I want you to end with your jab on your punches. So she can
Okay.
Let over die drijvende keuze aan. Als je in de clinch komt, vang je overhoek. Ja? Dan kan ze niks doen. Ze wacht, ik wil hier door. Super. Heb vertrouwen in jezelf.
Je doet het echt supergoed. En ze kerel, ze komt ze gewoon halen.
I don't hear what she's saying.
Als je contact maakt, geen trappen.
Dat is een moment hoor.
So Germaine de Randamie, the slightly more accurate fighter in round one. Holly Holm, the more active fighter. Gotta think a pretty good sign for de Randamie with the takedown defense holding up. And if she was feeling any pressure in advance of this first UFC championship opportunity, she has not showed it at all during fight week, and certainly not tonight. Round 2 underway.
Well, both women have a tremendous amount of world title fight experience. Holly inside the octagon and de Randamie outside.
Holly
back
again,
on it.
yeah.
Right back on that combination that she was scoring with in the first round.
But again, she's catching her at the very end of that with the foot, whereas de Randamie just slammed the shin into the inner thigh meat. Big difference in the way it impacts. Holly's kind of catching her at the very end of things.
Cover right hand.
Yeah, beautiful.
She is just barely sliding out of the way and then returning.
And there's so much more danger involved in what de Randamie is doing. That's where Holly shines, with those high kicks. And I would like to see Holly throw that high kick behind those punches.
Looked like that straight right from de Randamie got Holmes' attention. Head strikes. Germaine in control there. Nice 1-2 by Holly Holm.
That front leg side kick to the thigh. Holly is excellent at that. And also that oblique kick. That whole Winkeljohn crew utilizes that kick so well.
De Randamie is really sitting down every time Holly goes to enter. You see her level change as she's sitting on her punches. Look at that. Every time, look at that. Every time Holly feints, she sits down and looking to counter. Yeah, she's looking to really get some damage off on her when she goes forward.
Oh,
look at that.
And there it is. Just serious sting behind that punch.
De Randamie very efficient with her striking attack here through 7 minutes or so.
And she's going mostly counter.
Yeah, and you just see the way she's moving. She just epitomizes that Muay Thai style. Whereas Holly,
Good by Holly.
Nice knee to the body there by Holly.
Those knees up.
Good by Holly to actually cause some wrestling positions, because even if she doesn't score the takedown here, maybe the arms will start to blow up. Germaine will start to tire, because the 5-round experience advantage belongs to Holly Holm.
Absolutely.
The clinch is where de Randamie does some of her best work if she can get some separation. Fighting for hooks here as we bring in Holly Holm's coaches.
Keep flanking, keep pummeling. Watch your side step. Watch your cross trip. There it is. Drag your foot off the cage. Let's keep pummeling here. Drop to that double, girl.
Izzy Martinez calling for a drop to the double here. We'll see if Holm obliges.
I think you have a really good point, DC, that this is not her style, and how is her body going to respond to this?
Yeah, when you haven't done it your entire life. You know, even guys that are lifetime wrestlers start to tire as the fight goes long with a lot of wrestling. You know, Holly's a boxer. She's trained wrestling as she's gotten older. You don't know how that's going to affect her cardio. But now her hands are getting locked behind Germaine's butt here.
Double underhooks
yep.
by de Randamie.
Now here she needs to clear the space.
Beautiful knee to the body. And her knees in the clinch are outstanding. And Holly aware of that, and she's throwing her own up. And there's another one by de Randamie. And another one.
de Randamie does a nice job creating angles for those knees. Very technical.
But now Holly did a great job of getting her back up against the clinch. And there's that thigh punch that we talked about.
So what was the cost? You know, you got a few knees off, but now you're back with your back against the side of the octagon.
So you feel like she should have separated.
You got, if you're the better striker, you separate once you get off the fence.
Let's see if she decides to do that now. So she's got it again.
Yep.
But again, she's trying for the plum. She's trying for that Muay Thai. Oh, beautiful knees to the body. Yep. Beautiful. Those are strong.
de Randamie back to the fence, under a minute here to go, round 2.
Uh-oh, Holly's got her back almost.
Look at Germaine using the fence to try to scrape Holly off and go back to the under. Good job by de Randamie. Way to use that fence to actually scrape your back across to get back flat, get her from behind you.
It's going to be interesting to see how this grueling style affects both fighters as we get into the third.
Holly needs to get, look at that. She's taking some big knees whenever Germaine is able to actually turn her and get some space.
They're so crisp, too.
But Holly's doing good, though. She's managed to close the distance, actually put Germaine in this grueling type of fight.
And she may be the slightly smaller woman, but appears to be the stronger woman in the clinch thus far.
She's doing that by staying in better position.
Oh! Oh, no!
Oh.
That was after the bell.
That was
clearly.
late.
That was late, and it was hard. And that clearly wobbled Holly. That is not good.
They got to get some ice on her head, maybe pour a little water over the top of her head to actually cool her down and try to get her right.
Let's hear this in real time. Oh, man, it's so late. That's so late.
Chad Mendes, Jose Aldo. That's what that reminds me of.
Right?
Yeah, it might be worse than that. It might be later than that. That's a really late shot.
Mike Winkeljohn not happy, obviously. Todd Anderson, the referee.
Commit to it, girl. That's all I got to say. You just got to commit to it and go.
But you're winning the kickboxing, you're winning the wrestling.
I mean, DC, your thoughts on that? Because she might be out on her feet headed in here in the third round.
That's what I was going to ask you, Joe. Like, what do you do? What can the referee do to actually make this right?
Well, you gotta. She said she's sorry, but man, what doesn't mean anything, man. Who knows? That was the most devastating shot of the fight, and it was illegal.
Yep.
It was illegal.
Germaine de Randamie apologizing there. Todd Anderson, the referee, did go over to de Randamie's corner.
It doesn't mean anything, though, because the damage has already been done, and it could easily change the fight. Holly could be severely compromised now. That was a devastating elbow.
Yeah.
You saw her wobble, and she got rocked.
So some controversy injected into the middle of this inaugural UFC Women's Featherweight Championship fight. Round 3 here of a possible 5. We'll see how Holm responds.
With those late strikes like that, if they are fight-changing strikes like that, referee has to step in and I mean...
Take a point?
Take a point at worst case, you know?
I'm being told that it was a punch and not an elbow. I thought it was an elbow.
Okay.
Maybe I'm a little caught up in it.
Every time she blitzes, she sits back on that right hand.
Under 4 minutes here to go, round 3. Holm again pressing forward here.
Well, what do you do in that kind of a situation? You don't want to stop the fight. And Holly will tell you she's fine. But it was just, I think you got to take a point away.
You have to level it, right? You have to level it after a foul.
You make it right.
With such a big shot that landed.
Right.
Well, Holly seems to have at least partially recovered, but, you know, we don't know, and we won't know until she really gets tagged again.
That's what I was going to say. Until she takes another big shot, she'll seem okay.
Head strikes 32-4 for Germaine de Randamie thus far as we approach the 3-minute mark here, round 3.
Beautiful combination there. She missed with that right, but landed that hard leg kick behind it.
And that's what starts happening. As she starts to find her range, the kicks will start to come after those punches. Look at her throwing that right hand when Holly blitzes. Holly's got to be very careful as she enters. She might want to enter with a kick first now because Germaine is trying to time those punches as she goes in.
Yo, that's a big, long reach from the outside. And particularly if she wants to land a kick, she might want to land a side kick.
Yes.
Something unusual that de Randamie doesn't see a lot of.
Yes.
Because Holly's got a very good side kick, and that'll at least give her some distance and leave her head much further back.
Holm still appears partially committed to the takedown, 0 for 4 on her attempts thus far. Holly continues to circle towards that power right of de Randamie.
Oh, beautiful kick to the body.
Good combination by de Randamie.
She gets that foot off the canvas to the target very quickly.
Very nice leg kick there by Holly. But de Randamie with the inside.
Remarkable what Holly Holm has accomplished. Turned pro in 2011, only went full-time in MMA in 2013.
De Randamie just walking her down here.
Doesn't seem like she has the most respect for the power of Holly Holm right now.
Well, oh, there was a nice leg kick
Yes.
there by Holly. That one landed hard on the shin, and now she's got
Good
the
underhook,
clinch
yep.
right in front of us. Double underhooks. Almost. And de Randamie.
Good defense by de Randamie.
Yeah, and she's framing her off with that right elbow. Look for those knees to start landing. Oh, good left hook.
Oh yeah, good left hook in there.
Got to be somewhat discouraging for Holly Holm. That appeared to be her best opportunity thus far to get this fight to the ground. De Randamie not having it.
Oh,
Looking for the
elbow.
spin. Almost gave her back.
Oh,
though.
right hand.
Now you're seeing some legitimate swelling on that left eye of Holly Holm, at least to the left side of it.
Yeah, right there.
Total strikes, advantage de Randamie.
And if that swelling continues, she's going to have a very difficult time seeing that right hand coming.
Yes. And that's Germaine's best shot.
Well, and every time Holly goes to that lead leg kick, de Randamie greets her with a right hand.
You know, it seems like when Holly goes to feint, she kind of has that exhale, makes that sound. It's almost like she's got to tell, I'm coming, you know, because she's doing that little exhale. It's a boxing thing, but...
Oh, beautiful! Oh, man, she did it again. Take a point away.
He's got to.
You got to take a point away.
He's got to. He's got to this time.
That happens again. We're looking at a point.
Oh,
it has to
my
happen
God.
right now.
You got to take a point away now. Let's hear this again in real time. Oh. 100%. Take a point away. 100%.
What is this referee doing? You can't say it happens again.
Someone's got to talk to that referee. If it happens again, she might be flat on her back unconscious.
And you could argue there were 2 strikes after the horn.
You would argue. But meanwhile, Holly landed that beautiful question mark kick. She snuck it in there and then almost landed the second head kick when de Randamie was going down. You already told her. That means nothing.
Right.
It means literally nothing.
So just a warning from Todd Anderson for the second consecutive round.
All right, I'm getting in as quick as I can.
Well,
No more. Understood?
Todd Anderson saying he's getting in as quick as he can. He chooses not to take a point away. We now go to the championship rounds, round 4. Holly Holm and Germaine de Randamie here for the featherweight title.
I can completely understand that she's caught up in the moment. And especially after getting tagged, she wants to come back. But when the buzzer goes off, that's it.
But that's what it is, Joe. You know, for a high-level kickboxer like that to get kicked in the head, probably a little embarrassed, a little upset, so she wants to go and get her back.
But
there are rules.
Right, particularly for her because she did it already.
Holm staying composed and offensive here.
Yep, and really pushing the pace now. Holly's really setting the pace of this fight
Well,
now.
Holly should be angry now.
Right.
You know, and maybe that's going to help her. She's been fouled twice.
And these rounds are close. They are close rounds.
Well, that certainly was. That was a big moment in that fight. That head kick rocked her. She goes down to one hand.
It's working. We're coming out.
And this is where Holly has the advantage as
Yes.
we get into the championship rounds.
Well, and Holm has continued to mix it up. Maybe a level change here. 5 takedown attempts thus far. None have been secured for Holm.
But at the very least, she's making de Randamie do what she doesn't want to do. Grapple,
Right.
Yep.
clinch. And she's making her do uncomfortable movements that she's not conditioned for. This
Yep.
is not her normal thing.
She's not used to it.
Yeah, as long as she keeps de Randamie in the center of the octagon and kickboxes her, that's de Randamie's world. But this is very different.
This ref wants to step in bad, too. Look at him. Look at him. He's been stepping forward and back over and over again.
You saw it.
He wanted to go in bad.
3 minutes to go in round 4.
Well, New York obviously does not have a whole lot of experience in championship fights. And that's something that we're seeing highlighted by this event. I mean, that will change. They have a great history of combat sports, of course. But MMA, obviously, has only been here for a year.
Yeah.
Nice inside leg kick by de Randamie.
And you're seeing some of de Randamie's work to those legs of Holly Holm. Swelling inside and out.
Nice jab.
Beautiful.
Holly continuing to be the more active fighter. De Randamie, the slightly more effective fighter, at least statistically.
I think you're totally right with that the ki, the tell that she does right before she throws the shots. She's doing them before she throws them.
Before she throws, when she feints, everything comes behind her exhale. But she's far more active. She's just constantly throwing something.
Oh, beautiful kick.
Holm closing the distance once again. This is the fourth round of the MMA career of Germaine de Randamie.
Holly's really working hard to try and get down on that single leg. But Germaine's doing a very good job of digging 2 underhooks and not allowing Holly to actually secure the leg close to her body. So although she has her hands on the leg, she cannot get it close to her body to try and finish a takedown.
And perhaps fatigue starting to set in for de Randamie. Mouth open, not a great look. Just over a minute here to go round 4. And Holm's pace has not waned.
Yeah, she's taking some big, deep breaths. Good use of the head there by Holm.
Yep, she's doing a great job of head fighting in there. Head under the chin.
Good flank, good flank. Left ear tight, left ear tight, left ear tight, chin tight. Pummel, pummel, pummel.
That's Izzy Martinez, a wrestling coach. He wants her to get that head and connect it to de Randamie's face. Make her uncomfortable, push her head back. Make it difficult for her to move her upper body correctly. She's trying hard. Nice knee to the body by de Randamie.
De Randamie visibly frustrated, looking for the referee.
Every time
at one
there's
point
space.
there. Yeah.
Every time there's space, de Randamie gets off good knees. But Holly's doing a good job of controlling. Oh, good knee. Another one.
End of the round here. We'll see if we get any more drama. So for a 3rd consecutive fight, Holly Holm will see a 5th round.
Adem, adem.
Breathe, breathe.
Nou zien, mond uit. Nog een keer nou zien, mond uit. Goed zo, hij staat.
We gaan iets meer actie maken. Probeer de combinaties wat meer achter elkaar te gooien. Denk
Yeah. You have to make the combination.
1, 2, binnenkantje, hup. 1, we hoeven geen 10 zo te zijn.
1, 2, go.
Perfect. Ja? In en uit. Bam, bam,
Perfect.
bam,
In and out. Bang, bang.
That simple transition will open up to your doubles.
Okay. Just knock her out, all right? You can find a straight 9 whips or 9 whips, all right? 922s, I want you to kickboxing. I do not want you to stand at the end of the punch, okay? Do not stand at the end of the punch to win this fight.
Watch this. Push here.
So we have 5 minutes remaining to decide who will be the first UFC Women's Featherweight Champion. DC, you can speak to going into the 5th round of a championship fight. Sometimes the body maybe won't do what the mind wants it to, but when the outcome hangs in the balance, what is the approach here for these two fighters?
They've got to lay it all on the line here. You know, it could potentially be 2 rounds apiece. You know, Holly fought well in the last round. She got that head kick off in the round before, so you never really know what's happening on the scorecards. But they've got to be more active. Both of them have to show the judges, leave that impression as they walk to the octagon after the fight is over.
It's very, very difficult to call a fight and score a fight at the same time.
Right.
So in order to score it, I really think you have to do it in total silence and sit there with a pen and a piece of paper and mark down key significant moments. But it's certainly a close fight, and certainly we've seen some weird judging.
Holm would appear to be the fresher fighter here. It's the 4th consecutive UFC fight for her that's been scheduled for 5 rounds. Once again, Holm just out of range. de Randamie returns fire, lands with a right.
But it seems like every time de Randamie actually throws, the punches are landing and the kicks are landing, but it seems like the strikes don't come in bunches as Holly strikes come in bunches.
Yeah, Holly is throwing much more volume, but de Randamie has much more impact. And she's like connecting. Oh, is that a headbutt?
She hurt her.
What'd she hit her with?
She hurt her with her left hand.
Yep. And you're seeing a cut now above the left eyebrow of Holly Holm.
Big left hand. Oh, she clipped her right on the jaw with the left hand.
That perhaps the most significant strike of the fight on either side.
de Randamie could still be in trouble here.
Yes.
Holly should separate.
She should separate and go back to striking.
Not sure if it was a clash of heads that opened up that cut from Holly Holm or just a trinity of damage.
It was after the punch, the heads came together.
You got to wonder if Holly knows how bad she hurt de Randamie.
Right.
She'll know
she's
because
looking
she'll
for the
get this
takedown here.
She's going to get this one.
0 for 8 for Holm on her takedown attempts thus far. Holm continues to work here late in the fight.
You hear Holly's coaches saying, disengage, Holly.
Disengage.
Holm's got the body lock, thus preventing the referee from stepping in. Now she loses it, and he steps in.
Here he goes. Look at all the blood.
She's still hurt. de Randamie may still be hurt.
Nice leg kick by Holly.
Right hand counter by de Randamie.
Nice leg kick by Holm after de Randamie landed the right again. Under 2 minutes to decide this title fight. And again, Holly able to touch Germaine up top. Back to the clinch we go. One underhook here for Holly.
You hear the
Holm.
coaches telling her to kickbox. They must feel like she's behind. Get back to striking. Her coaches are yelling, get back to striking.
Well, they realize how much she was hurt. And I don't think Holly realizes how much she hurt her.
But you can't deny at least the output and the activity of Holly Holm. She has thrown far more strikes. She has attempted 8 takedowns. de Randamie, though, very effective with her strikes tonight, landing 73% of her total strikes unofficial. 40 seconds to go.
It's interesting when the referee chooses to separate them and when he doesn't. It looks like he wants to. Get in there, dude. You know you want to.
He does. Yes, he does.
Got a little protest from de Randamie, but Todd Anderson remains.
Oh, there's a nice knee by de Randamie. 15 to go.
15 seconds. Oh, nice left hook.
Wow, the referee was in between them before the bell went off.
So Germaine de Randamie and Holly Holm go the full 25 minutes in this inaugural UFC Women's Featherweight Championship fight. We await the scorecards to see who goes into UFC annals as the first UFC Featherweight champion.
Wow.
Fan voting tells an interesting story, Joe.
Interesting. 74-26 for Holm. That's interesting. DC, do you agree with that?
No, I don't actually. I think it's a lot closer. The rounds were close, you know, but early in the fight it seemed as though Germaine was winning. She was doing more damage. But as the fight went on, Holly Holm actually started to gain steam.
Well, Holly Holm with the big head kick that knocked her down, and then in the next round clipped her with that left hand.
This fight replay brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
And there you see a nice right hand. Oh, that was the right hand after the bell. And that was Winkeljohn getting understandably upset. And those are legit punches, a right and a left behind it.
But this you saw a lot of this during the fight. You saw a lot of big right hands by de Randamie, and that nice high kick by Holly Holm.
But this is the illegal punches after the bell. And there it is. Clipped her with the left hand. Oh, here it is. Boom. That's the one. Really buckled her. She went down to one knee, and she was legitimately hurt there. Perhaps the most hurt either fighter had been in the entire fight, and especially considering the fact that that was a legal shot.
Yes.
Versus the one time where Holly was definitely wobbled was an illegal shot.
The official decision is brought to you by Metro PCS. Get a fast nationwide 4G LTE network for only $30 period. Wireless figured out. One final time tonight, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score this contest 48-47 for the winner by unanimous decision. And now, the new undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, Germaine, the Iron Lady, de Randamie.
All right, I am here with the winner. Go ahead and get your shirt on here. I'm here with the winner and new UFC featherweight champion, Germaine de Randamie. Germaine, first of all, congratulations. And give us your thoughts on the fight and how you feel it went.
It was a close fight. She catched me in the 3rd round with the head kick. It was close, but I came to fight, and she didn't want to fight me. I'm a brawler. I want to fight. But, Nederland, I'm sorry, I'll put this in Dutch. Nederland, you have a UFC champion!
Now, Germaine, there were 2 unfortunate moments at the end of the round where the buzzer had gone off and you landed shots after the fight. After the round. What was going on there?
It is in the heat of the moment. I apologize. The referee told me, first time he told me, he said, it was still on the buzz. It wasn't meant for me to hit her after the bell. You know, it was in the heat of the moment. I apologize. I'm not like that.
Now, and also in 2 moments of the fight, you got caught with the head kick, and you also got caught with a straight left hand. How badly were you hurt, if at all?
You cannot knock me out like that. Come on. She hit me with the head kick. It was a good head kick, but I kept fighting. You know, I landed shots after that.
Did you anticipate how much clinching she was going to do?
No, I hoped she was going to fight with me, you know. Holly is a tremendous champion. I truly respect her. But I love to brawl. I love to fight. Clinching is not my game, but hey, whatever.
Now you're the champion, and there's one very clear contender that looms in the background, and that is Cris Cyborg. In many people's eyes, she is the only real big challenge for you at 145 pounds. Give us your thoughts on the potential meeting with her.
You know, I want to fight everybody. If Cris Cyborg is the one I have to fight, I'll fight her. Right now, I really need surgery on my hand. I'm going to get surgery on my hand, and let's see after.
What's wrong with your hand?
I torn ligaments in my hand and in my fight with Larissa Pechenko. So, yeah, I need to get that fixed first.
Well, good luck with your surgery. Congratulations on your victory, and we look forward to seeing you defending your title.
Thank you. I want to say something. I want to thank the fans. Brooklyn has been an honor. Thank you so much. I want to thank my friends and family. I love you, my team. I love you guys. And it doesn't matter. Nederland, jullie hebben een UFC-kampioen. Dus.
Germaine de Randamie, ladies and gentlemen.
If you ain't Dutch, you ain't much. Germaine de Randamie, the first UFC champion from Holland since Bas Rutten in 1999. Interesting, if there had been a point deduction, we could have been looking at a draw. But Germaine de Randamie is the UFC Women's Featherweight Champion. What a night of fights it has been here in Brooklyn.